We begin a brand new game today. Boom, there we go. Hello, everyone. Oh, I still look kind of, I've got that really big green tinge around me. Man, I don't know why that is doing that. Anyway, I hope you're all having a really good Sunday, wherever you happen to be. As I try to just get rid of this green tinge just a bit. That helps a little, but unfortunately if I do the smoothness, then I start losing all that stuff as well. So I think we'll just leave it at that. Maybe we'll just move it down just a little bit more. Alright, I guess we're just going to have to leave it like that. So anyway, I hope you're all having a real good day. We are doing a brand new game here. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. So Phoenix Wright, if you're not familiar with Phoenix Wright, it's one of the most popular visual novel games that come out of Japan. A visual novel is a particular style of game in which the gameplay itself, and you think you're like a video game or you're, bleep, bloop, bloop, when you're doing this kind of thing, is minimal, and it's a lot of reading. So you'll be hearing me talk a lot in this one because there really are no voices in this one. So think of it almost like if you saw Batman the Telltale series. It's that kind of thing where there's a minimal style of gameplay, and it's really more about experiencing the story. There are some gameplay elements to Phoenix Wright, but for the most part, like most visual novels, it's going to be a lot of like reading the text and then kind of, basing what we need to do based on what the text tells us to do. This is going to be if you've heard the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, we will be playing Phoenix Wright, who is an attorney. So this is going to be a courtroom. Also some investigations, but a lot of courtroom drama kind of stuff. The courtroom style is going to be very interesting. I'm told that the style of the trials are based on how Japanese trials used to be. Just very recently, they've started doing trial by jury. But prior to that, they would literally do two attorneys, the prosecutor and the defense, arguing their cases in front of a judge, and the judge would make the final decision. So that's what you're going to see in a lot of these courtroom dramas. It's really kind of lighthearted. I mean, there are some heavy moments, but compared to say Alien Isolation or even Batman the Telltale series, this is going to be kind of light. The animation style is very bright colors, things like that. So we should just be able to grab it. By that I mean my streaming software. So let's see if it will grab it. So I hope you enjoy hearing my voice for the next several hours, because that is what you're going to hear. All right, so let's see here. Phoenix Wright is under P. Oh, too many games. Now, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. There have been a lot of Phoenix Wright games, and what this is the remastered editions of the first 3 Phoenix Wright games. I believe they originally came out on Nintendo DS, if I recall correctly. Okay, I can already tell it's not going to grab it because it is not full screen. So, let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. It just went to full screen. So let's wait for it to see if it grabs it. Aha! It grabbed it. If I need to move myself, I will definitely do that too. Let's see. Options. Make sure everything looks good. Screen shake, vibration. Sure, why not? Let's adjust text box transparency. Language English, French, German. How about we do Chinese traditional? How about that? No, we're gonna do English. Let's see, the resolution looks good. This isn't something where you have to worry about the graphics necessarily. Anyway, so we're just gonna go right on into it. We're gonna go into the first game. So we have 3 games. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, which was the very first game that came out. So you see, it came out back in 2001. This is an HD remake of it, so 2019 is when all this came out. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All was the sequel. Came out in 2002. Yeah, go for Chinese. Yeah, go for Chinese. Go for Chinese tradition. And then Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. There are more games in the Phoenix Wright series, but this is the first 3. So we're going to do the very first one, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Let's play this game. Episode 1, The First Turnabout. Turnabout is in every single episode name, by the way. It's always like, turnabout this, that kind of thing, as you'll find out. Play the first turnabout? Yes. Yes, let's do it. And you'll see how these games go. Gasp. Gasp. Oh no. That's not good. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Also a prominent mole in the center of his face there. August 3rd, 9:47, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Like I said, if I need to move myself, I will, but I think I'm going to be okay. Boy, am I nervous. Also, I wonder if maybe I need to turn the music down a little bit. Hold on, give me 1 second here. because I am, like, yelling over the music here. Let me know if that's too quiet or, you know, if you can't hear anything. She didn't look too healthy? No, she didn't look too healthy to me either. Right! Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? I'd have to say, like, if we knew the defendant, we probably would not be allowed to, you know, try him because there'd be a, you know, conflict of interest or something like that. Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. It's going to be that kind of humor throughout the whole thing. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know him better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. So we're just going right into it. First trial. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. That's how courts work, by the way. That's totally how courts work. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hand shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. That should be pretty simple. It would be Larry Butts. We don't even know who Mia Fey is yet. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. Wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record, which you can see over there on the side. There you see options and court record. Just press tab to check at any time. Well, I'm actually using my controller. Although really for this game, keyboard would be fine too. But we're going to use my controller. Eddie, just press that to check it anytime, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Well, let's take a look. My attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death 7/31, so July 31st, 4 to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. So let's see. Well, I guess it would be Cindy Stone. Of course, in this game, I think Cinder Block. I'm going to say Cindy Stone because it just said Cindy. So, the victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? Now, we just saw that was blunt trauma. She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Phoenix Wright knows how to read and write, therefore he is adequately prepared to be a competent attorney. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Please don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Let's take a look at this. Can we look at it? No, so that's all we see, is it? So we can't, like, whip it around and look at it and all that kind of stuff. Okay, never mind. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Did they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7/30, the day before the murder. Passport added to the court record. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took the money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Wait and see what happens. Let's stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Ugh. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Goop. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I'll say have him answer honestly. I mean, if he went, he went. You don't want to lie about it. Lying ain't good. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Hub. Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sott to the stand. Do you get it? Frank Sott? All the names are going to be like this, by the way, so just be prepared for that. And look at that! It's the person who actually did it! That's why his name is Frank Sott. I mean, we know that that's the actual murderer, but of course we don't, you know. Phoenix doesn't know that. Mr. Sott, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sott, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. So this is one of the main parts of the game here, witness account. So we need to be able to look at what he says and find something that is inconsistent with the court record. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. I could seriously do voice acting or reading for Audible? Well, thanks. That's good to know. All right. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I would normally do voices for this, but if I'm going to be talking for like 4 or 5 hours, like I don't do that. I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sott used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. Actually, I already know what the contradiction is. I saw it before we even started. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony. So, Zoe, have you discovered the problem with his testimony? Because I actually saw it already, believe it or not. No pun intended. Let me know if you haven't or if you have, because I do remember having looked at everything in the court record. Witness's account. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. It's not that. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Not that. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. Now we can press him on things as well. Like we can, and that's like, you know, asking for more information. So for example, let's go back to the beginning and I will, not sure? So let's press him on some things. Sometimes if you press, you might get more info. So you can see up there in the upper right, that's like our health meter. If we screw up enough, the judge says, all right, you're done. Forget this. Your client, I pronounce your client guilty and you lose. So if every time we screw up, you can see the little lines on the health bar there, the health bar, it goes down little by little. And if it goes all the way down to the last one, it's game over. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would be taking notice of him. I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So what happened next? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Half open, you say? Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd in a big city like this, I thought. I see. And what happened next? Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they're there. It's the same thing. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside. Why did pain cut him off so quickly? So you looked into the apartment. What happened then? Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving. Dead. Are you sure she was dead? Well, no. I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well. What happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no. Nothing. Okay. What happened next? I thought to call the police immediately. Okay, I'm not going to... I guess we can press on everything, but, like, you know, I'm not going to press on every single thing here. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Now, that's interesting because didn't he say he didn't go inside? The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes. I mean, no. No, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. And that's the problem right there. He's saying it happened at 1 p.m. However, if we look at Cindy's autopsy report, look at the autopsy report. Time of death, July 31st, 4 to 5 p.m. And you can see right there, he's saying the time was 1 o'clock p.m. How could she have died between 4 and 5, but he's saying that it was 1 p.m. when all this went down? I think he's screwed up. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was absolutely no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sott, Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Witness testimony, the time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. No, I picked up on that problem right away as well. That's pretty odd. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. So do I. I know exactly what the problem is. But do you know what the problem is? Let me know in the chat if you have found the problem in his testimony. For I have. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. No? No, I don't think it probably came from the television. Because, as was just recently given to us, electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. the day of the crime. If there was no electricity, how was she watching the television? Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sod? No, I found it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait. I remember now. Mr. Sod? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sant. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. His body language says a lot. Exactly, yeah. Also, as the cases go on, they're not quite this easy. But you'll see as we continue on with all that. You saw a clock? Because this is like the tutorial case kind of thing. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Saw a clock. We might have to do some pressing on this, because I don't... Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock. A table clock? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A table clock. Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. There is something fishy here. That must have been what I saw. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. So, the murder weapon is a statue in the shape of the thinker. That's not clock. That's a statue. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sott. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? I mean, we have to have problems, otherwise we're going to be screwed. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Correct. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh, yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. It's very Matlock. This is very Matlocky. All these cases are very much like Matlock. So if you like Matlock, you're going to love Phoenix Wright. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. Or Perry Mason, if that's your thing too. Perry Mason, you know, that kind of thing. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sott, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? What about Murder, She Wrote? Murder, She Wrote is also, yeah. Although usually it's not in a trial situation where Angela Lansbury solves the case. She just solves it like, you know, someplace else. Although it's in the same idea, yeah. Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, yeah. He's wearing a toupee. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn, give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sott heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. I suppose that seems to make sense to me. Let's sound the clock now here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sott heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sott, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! Ha ha ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close. Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sott. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sott. Mia! I mean, Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Actually, yes, I can. I have figured this out in my brain bone. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you see the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence which proves why the clock was running slow. It is this. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder. She was in a different time zone. I think. This is it. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be taking place in America or in Japan, so I don't know if there's a 9-hour time difference between, like, you know, Paris and Tokyo. There's definitely not a 9-hour time difference between Paris and, like, the Eastern time zone of America, so I don't know. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sott? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? And he's out. I don't have the time difference either. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out different than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. We did it! And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sott was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sott let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sott grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Wow, so we solved the case and got it all done in 4.5 hours. Not too bad. Whew, still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that just make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Well, obviously it's gotta be the statue. Why? If she didn't care about him, why would she have the statue and keep it? Why would she even take it with her on a trip? Look at the size of that thing. Imagine putting that in your carry-on. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Exactly. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Nice work. Thanks, Zoe. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work is done here. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah. Part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. What, he's not going to pay? How are we supposed to pay our bills? I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. That's it. We're all done. I'll take it with me on my phone. Okay. So chapter 1 is done. We move on to chapter 2. Turnabout Sisters. Saving content. Please don't turn off the PC. Save my progress? Of course. Why would I not want to save my progress? Now this is going to be more like a regular bring. Hello? This is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia! What's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers? I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. All right, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Wow, it's going to be a meeting for 12 hours? Holy crap. September 5th, 8:57 p.m., Fay and Company Law Offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Oh, you are not you're not cogniferous? Cogniferous? Well, that's a word I don't know, I gotta admit. And I think I know a lot of words. I have the best words. You're not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Oh, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Oh, snap! Well, it's some guy in... Holy crap, so some guy in a pink suit and purple hair. Red, white, blue. Holy crap, she's dead. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Fay and Company Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out to dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Okay, well, nothing to examine here. I guess we just got to go right inside here, I guess. Moving to the office. That smell. Blood. Sis. Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Looks like Maya's dead. We barely knew her. Or Mia's dead. I assume this is Maya. Who are you? Strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Shouldn't be touching the body like that, dude. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally she was cold. Chief. All right. do some quick examining. So I guess when you see something you can examine, the can use a. I guess I can't use that. Let's see here. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Check the body. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. All right. The murder weapon. Looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock. Made by Larry Butts. There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Glass shards. The broken remains of a glass light stand, broken beyond all recognition. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. Receipt. A department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. The chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. So we can slide over here. Can we look at stuff here? All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. What all she used his PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. The Fay & Company ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. A perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. It's a pretty good policy. That's how I usually run the office over the union. Right. I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? Oh, there's a woman out there. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. The phone receiver is missing a few screws. I'd better not use it. Should I look out the window? There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. A nice, luxurious place. Do I just need to, get the heck out of here then? Is that what we're doing? That girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh, I hope she didn't run out on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fay. Maya Fay? Maya. Maya like the note that was written in blood. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Well, let's show her this then, I guess. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Uh-oh. The popos come. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! All right, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me. Eeh. This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Well, that's coming out of nowhere. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m., detention center, visitor's room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Of course I will. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Oh, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you. When you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay. I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. Ha! So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia... I know. I guess we can talk. Talk about Maya. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it that you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Let's talk about this. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it. Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. Well, they let her have her cell phone in prison. Okay, cool. Well, let's talk about the cell phone then. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Maya's memo. A conversation I had with my sister is recorded on my cell phone. I guess we're going to talk about spirit mediums. So you're an acolyte, a medium in training? That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you say the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers are first class too. I had no idea. Wait, what? So you're real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said that if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. You think you could go ask him to represent me? I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, we've only done one case. If this guy is really good. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow? You got 24 hours to figure all this out? Holy crap. What? Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They tell me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They give me until 4 o'clock this afternoon. The visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right. I'll be back. There's more about the day of the crime? Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9 o'clock. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Oh, that's everything, so. Can I present her anything? Like, this note? Remember that receipt? You mean the one with my name on it? Any idea why she... Absolutely none. Do you trust me? I trust you. I trust you. Why? Don't you think I did it too? No, I don't. It's just a hunch, but... That detective thinks I did it. Let's see. I wanted to ask you about the murder weapon. Poor sis. Better not ask her about this now. The memo. I wanted to ask you about your cell phone. The detective took it when they brought me in. So Gumshoe took it. I'll have to try to get it back next time I see him. I guess that's it. So I guess we are skedaddling. Faye & Company Law Offices. Grossberg Law. I guess that's the other lawyer. I guess we'll go to the Grossberg Law Offices. September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. I just been on at the time. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. It's quite the office he's got right here. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention running an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. So I guess we'll go to our own law offices, Fay & Company Law Offices. September 6th, Fay & Company Law Offices. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Oh, sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right. At your service. Hang on. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. Why not just call yourself Richard then, or Rick? You're a lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Phew, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Well, let's talk. About Miss Fay, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, huh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. All right. You can see the report, but that's all. Mia's autopsy report. Time of death, August 5th at 9 p.m. Cause, single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. Okay. And Maya? About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this one's one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? I don't know him. No, actually I don't. Never heard of him. Whoa, and you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4 years ago, this Edgeworth guy became a prosecutor at the age of 20. Everyone says he's a genius. Surprised you don't know him. Of course I know him. I was just playing dumb. He's a cold, heartless machine who'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. There are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. Ooh, this guy does not sound pretty good. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. All right, so maybe we can present things to him. The statue. I was wondering, do you know anything about this? That statue? Well, that's the murder weapon. Huh? He thinks the clock is just a statue, too. I'm starting to wish I'd never seen this thing. Glass shards of the glass light stand. There was broken glass at the crime scene, right? Huh? Oh, that? Seems like a glass stand next to the victim fell over. The glass shards are pieces of the broken stand. Seems like we know all this stuff already. So the receipt that says Maya on it. There was a piece of paper next to the victim, wasn't there? Yeah, the one with the killer's name written on it. Are you sure that Mia wrote it herself? Given the condition of the writing, it's hard to say if it's her handwriting or not. So there's no proof that Mia wrote it. Let's present him with the memo so I can get their cell phone back. I was wondering, did you see Maya Fay's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Let's see, tell him straight, tell him not. Let's try not so straight. Okay, I can't be straight with this guy, but what should I tell him? Something the matter? Oh, no, that carrying strap on the cell phone. This? It says, the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. The Steel Samurai. That action hero on TV? Yeah, you see that strap is a collector's item. She was worried it might get lost if it went down to the precinct. That's what she said? Yes? Okay, pal. I wrote down all the numbers she called anyway. Here you go. Seems I didn't notice the recorded conversation. Maya's cell phone holds a conversation between the chief and Maya. All right, well, we need to definitely examine that. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Let's just do it right now. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. I think we've actually already seen this because we played in the very beginning of this case. Maya. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Mia. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to me. Maya. Again? What is it this time? Mia. It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Maya. Huh, it's not working? That's lame. Mia. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Maya. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Mia. I'll leave that one up to your imagination. See you tonight at 9. Okay. Well, there we go. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. Yeah, that girl dressed in the pink and the pink hair and the pink hearts on her pink blouse? Is that a blouse? We'll say blouse. I'm not sure what that is. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me your name. Miss May, huh? So you sent her home already then? Ah, you're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So, she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Anything else I can see around here? Probably not. I think it's just kind of random. Yeah, this looks like random stuff. So let's make our way to the Gatewater Hotel. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Well, hello there, handsome. What is with her? She pretending to be a bunny rabbit? What is she doing with that? Okay. Hi? Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee-hee. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Let's do a quick examination. What is that, a screwdriver hanging out there? What is that? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey, hey, hey! What are you doing? No touching. Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside that drawer. The champagne. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fane Company Law Office building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. Why are we looking at the pictures here? Ah, a still scene painting. Wait, should that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. Roses. The flowers are fake, as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. And I can't go looking at that, apparently. What's inside, I wonder? Maybe later. All right, so we got to find a way to get her out of the room then, obviously. The bed. A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Can I present anything to her? I guess not, no, because it's not even any present thing. So I guess that's it. I can't move around, so I think we've looked at everything we can look at. Even looked at the roses. Let's talk to her. What you witnessed. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Ooh, observe, incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it. Pretty please. Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here. Tee-hee. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no, tee-hee. And you just had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh, boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television. Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh, boy. Well, I can't present anything to her, and I've talked about everything, so I think that is... Oh, present. Should I present her with something? Can I show her my attorney's badge? Excuse me, but I'm a witness? Police witness? You understand. How can I possibly give you information in good conscience? Me, the witness. It's just like in the movies. Can I present her with all this stuff here? Excuse me, but I'm a witness? How could I possibly... Okay, well, I guess not, so... I guess, nothing. Okay, well, I guess in that case then, I guess we're gonna move and see if we can, see if this guy shows up now at the Grossbergs. Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. That wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Aha! So, you're the one they say has been here looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. Huh? That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please, proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya. Maya Fey? Ah, yes. Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Ah, cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry. End of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please tell me why you won't take the case. Huh? Well, you see, it's just... I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course. I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Think not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? Well, let's keep talking. How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Aha! You noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least $3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Sure seems to be trying to pawn off a painting on it. Can we show him things? Present. The autopsy report, maybe? Very sorry, but I've got nothing to say regarding this matter. Maybe this? Nothing to say in this matter. I think he doesn't have anything to say about anything. Very sorry. How about my lawyer badge? Well, that was a waste of time. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil painting is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Books? Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. Well, I guess we have to go back and tell Maya that we are going to take on her case because apparently nobody else will talk with her. Go back to the detention center and let Maya know. September 6th, 3:42 p.m., detention center. Visitors room. Wow, visiting hours are closing in 18 minutes. Hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she could still be alive. The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her all by herself up on that mountain. So, who was this man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course, but a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother became the laughing stock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White. Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? No, we're going to defend Maya, of course. We're a lawyer. We can do it. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well, for one thing, someone else is the culprit, but I can't abandon you. No one is as sad as a person without any friends. I know. I've been there. A long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Nope, that was the right answer. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right. Thank you. Oh, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes. And I trust you, so you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? Something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Well, I guess we have to go back, I suppose. Unless there's something in the court record that we can show her? No, we have everything right there, so, no, never mind. Let's go back to the Gatewater Hotel. Maybe there's a way to sneak in here. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment. At your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait. No. Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait. Now's my chance to snoop around a bit. I almost forgot. You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Mr. White. White, remember the name White. I remember the name White. That can't be a coincidence. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Doubt it. This isn't that sophisticated of a game. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? Huh. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap. Found in Miss May's hotel room. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this. I know it. All right. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake, I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy, still there? Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court! What is this game? Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney? It's been out for about, I don't know, 19 years or so, I think. Of course, this HD remake came out last year, so there you go. Save your progress up to this point? Of course, why would we not want to save our progress? Overwrite? Yes, I think we should definitely overwrite it. So, let's move on to Le Trial. September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession for the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down to the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon even in a girl's hands, sir. Ooh, that's a... Ooh. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans. The murder scene, the Fay and Company law offices. That's a court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony. Maya Fey's arrest. All right, we got to find something wrong with this here. Let's see. As soon as a phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Okay, so far so good. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slicks up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Heh. I should have known Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try. So we're going to press him on everything. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. All right, cross-examined, so we're going to press him on everything. As soon as a phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So tell us who the two people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? But what? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes! Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. But there's a problem with that, though. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Now then, I already know what the problem is. If we go to the court record. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. That's not it. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. That's not it either. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. That is not it as well. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Fine. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Okay. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. There's a problem with that because, according to the autopsy report, death was instantaneous. If death was instantaneous, how was she able to write the name Maya in her own blood? I call shenanigans. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying. What? This is one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backward, Detective. But backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But, no but-ing your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being, That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. Should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth. That's what I would say. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Autopsy report updated in the court record. Died from a blow by a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, that shoots that down. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? I still don't get this. Witness, your name? April May, at your service. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, in my hotel room, teehee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Company law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Witness's account. It was 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Ooh. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. And the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Wait! Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Of course. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. I think I know what the problem is, but we'll press her on everything just to be safe. I think if the problem is when she said, she got away and moved around. I mean, if death was almost instantaneous, there wouldn't have been a way for her to jump around. It was 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window. How do you know it was 9 o'clock at night? Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Why what? Why did you look out of the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What, that's it? She can get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know, I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? You really like the format of all this? Yeah, this is a visual novel. Most visual novels are kind of like this. Yeah. Let's press a little harder. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have a reason to look out of your window at that time of night. Ooh. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. But badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him. The poor girl. Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The woman with long hair, that was Mia Fey. Uh-huh. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Let's question it anyway. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. Well, what? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what's the meaning? Someone tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. That's true. She does wear very particular clothes. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Yeah, even in Japan, I'd say. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. Oh, but we do because we're our own witness on that. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rower, what are you trying to say? You mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think of all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. All right, let's try looking at this here. Let's see what we got here. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Tee-hee. Well, there's two things I can see wrong with that as I scratch my ear. But I think the main one is going to be, I think, well, let's press and just make sure. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Cross-examination. I did see everything. I did. No, that's not the problem. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Now that's the thing that I want to, one of the problems that I think I'm having. Is that right, as in your right, as you looked from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right. It was my right hand, right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. So let's go back a quick second here. Can we go back? I'm looking at the murder scene. So if you look at the murder scene, so that's one problem that I have. So if you're looking, so we're looking at the same direction that April May was looking. Everything's broken on the left. Nothing's broken on the right. So I think it would make sense if she was running around that she would have ran to the left and gotten smashed, and then. So I think that is a problem. But there's another problem I have. So let's go back and go through this here. We're not gonna. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her, and she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think. That's the other problem I have. Everyone seems to think that is a statue. How does she know it's a clock? It doesn't look like a clock. Everyone mistakes it for a statue. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Yes, I think that's the actual thing here. Let's present her with this and say, looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock. How do you know it's a clock? It looks like a statue. How do you know these things that you know? I think we got it. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Aha! Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Ooh, The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. As you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would have been over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... Because I heard it? Yes, I heard it. It says the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay and Company? No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law offices of Fay and Company where the murder took place is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. No, she couldn't have. I'm already on to that. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? Nope, I'm not either. Nope, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang because it is empty. Because remember, Mia called Maya and said, I put some papers inside there and I took out the clock stuff and I put the papers in. So that means it's not a clock anymore because it doesn't have the clock stuff inside it. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. Ooh, 3 gavel things. How could you possibly? Just take a look right now. How did they not look before? What kind of court is this? Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Tisk, tisk. quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Yes, we can! Ho-ho! Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is on this phone. It's right here. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. I'm going to hold that for me. The clock, somebody looks like a statue, tells the time. Clock isn't talking right now. It's not working. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry, I put some papers inside it, and that was at 9:27 in the morning. So, suck on that, Edgeworth. Take this. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Woohoo! You have a girly phone. Well, wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Huh? Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Nope, that doesn't make sense either. Remember the very first trial? Larry Butts said he made it especially for that girl that got murdered. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? You better believe I have objections. The witness claimed she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well, then let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. It's right there. Clock in the form of a statue. The clock's gears have been removed, made by Larry Butts. It's a one-of-a-kind. It's not in stores. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. That's right, they made two with that friend. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh. Oh, she's going crazy now. Uh-oh. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh. Silly me. Did I like lose it? You know, she's got like a little facial tick. I like the facial tick. I guess I did. Tee-hee. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... Let's see, either she held it or she had heard about it. I will say she had heard about it because we have that wiretap. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. The wiretap. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not? Ooh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? It's very epic right now, isn't it? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... It's on the conversation right here. It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker. Didn't we just say this like 2 seconds ago? I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Ooh, that's a yawn out of nowhere. Again, what's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used the wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to treat me like that, you lawyer? It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? She's crying. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippy-tapping irrelevant? God, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You're probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who thought that. And of course, I can and will. You can't be serious. No way. Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness or continue examining Miss May? I actually am not sure. I mean, the bellboy could be lying. How does the bellboy know it was 9 o'clock when he delivered it? So I guess we could call the bellboy as a witness. Let's try that. Fingers crossed. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. That's got to be a good sign, right? Well, why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. I'm pretty sure that's not how the law works, but I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Yeah, give up. Yeah, let's just give up. Let's go home. Shut it down, everybody. Shut the stream down. We're going home. That's it. No, of course we're going to have to accept. We don't have a choice. All right, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Must be playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. We can't stop now. We're in too deep. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. The tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. All right, we got to find something wrong here. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. You believe you received a call after 8, so the murder took place at 9, so after 8. Okay, so that's fine. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Why has he brought a full tray of refreshments with him? Because he's a bellboy, of course. That's what bellboys do. Isn't that what you do? You walk around with a tray? Of course, his name is Bellboy as well. We don't even know his real name. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. All right, so if she's getting the coffee, that means she's not looking out the window. I mean, that's what I'm guessing here. Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. Well, look, you gotta take this all with a grain of salt. I mean, you can see what should I go, Larry Butts, April May. You'll start, Dick Gumshoe. It's that kind of a game. Just don't take it so seriously. It's okay. I know you're not, but I'm just saying that anyway. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder somehow, Maya will be finished. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatwater Hotel, kid. Not that. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest. You believe? Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and oh my God. The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Yes, what then? She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. Okay, I don't think I have a problem with that. I brought to her at precisely the requested time, of course. This is where I think we're getting a little weird. Precisely 9 o'clock, then? Precisely. Exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How could you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy? Tee-hee. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embrasure, sir. Embrasure? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. Oh, embrace. Oh. Not a French kiss, sir, more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demure, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk, tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Protest. Wait. Please wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check-in, room service, bed making. It's got to be room service. See, I'm thinking if she's getting the coffee and giving him a peck on the cheek, she's not looking out the window to see. It's got to be something like that. It's got to be something in this split timing right there. Tell me again about room service. Again, sir? At exactly 9 o'clock, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the... Holy Lord, $18? I know hotels overcharge, but good Lord was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for two, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice, sir. Iced coffee for two. For two. I think we have our problem. Who's the second person? What did he say? That's daylight robbery for iced coffee? I know, right? I don't know what it is in pounds, but, you know, pounds and dollars are, you know, close enough. Yeah, that's 18 pounds for iced coffee. Holy crap. What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
Objection!
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Ugh. You fool. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Would you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple, it was... Oh, the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Ugh. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Ugh. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of my affair. Court is adjourned. We're going to a second day for the trial. September 7th, 2:24 p.m., District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 1. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Oh. No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. Here's the key. He's the key. Sorry. Oh, I get it. He's the key. He's the key. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who? Maybe so. Yes. Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. And now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. don't know how much this will do me at all now. Well, we already saw everything's crashed on the left. Ran to the right? I think even that's a lie. But we'll find out. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center. It's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Save your content. Please don't turn off the PC. Save your progress? Why not? September 7th, 3:11 p.m., Detention Center, Visitors Room. We're going to talk to April May here. Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Not. You stinky lawyer. I hope you die. Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May? No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask. Unfortunately, there is nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head? Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard. So, what is it you wish to ask of me then, For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? All right. Whew. This is a lot of talking. Gotta be honest with you. Let me just check something on... What time is it right now? My goodness, I've been talking for 2.5 hours. Holy moly moo. All right, so let's see. So you should probably ask her some questions here. D. Okay. Let's see here. That man. About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on. No way, Jose. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Like the wiretap? I don't know. Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone? Oh, when you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal. Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May. Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school? Creep. This woman is impossible to talk to. Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person. Oh, that does it, bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer. Bottom? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers or just against me? Can I present her with anything that might be like, but why do you do this? Hey, guess what? Actually, I really hate your guts. So get lost because, well, I'm not cooperating. Thanks, I noticed. Okay, so nothing here I can probably show her. I'm sure that probably... Yeah, I hate your guts. Okay, so we're going to have to move around and find some other thing. Go back to the hotel, perhaps? September 7th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, thanks. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your effort today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as they say. Huh? Rep? Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It'll be great for business, sir. Whoa, Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are our honored guest. Please, let me know if there's anything I can bring you. Let's talk about everybody here. About Miss May. Oh, her? Sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said. Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Ah, yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. There we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. A photo? So we got to find a photo, huh? Okay. Could you tell me about this hotel? Absolutely. And on that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose that we add a subtitle. A subtitle? The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Well, what do you think? Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. Do we have anything we can present to him? Not really. What I call him April Mays as a character name. It's the main character in a new 2-book series I just finished. Oh, really, huh? I think it's supposed to be a play on, like, you know, April and May, like the 2 months. You'll notice a lot of, like Frank Sott, the other guy, you know, Frank Sott. You know, April, May. It's going to be a lot like that, a lot of play on words. I don't think we have anything I can necessarily show him. Anything more we can examine? Huh? There's still a screwdriver stuck in that drawer. Please leave that as it is, sir. That's the Drawer of Terror, hiding place of the murderer's wiretap. It's set to become one of the most popular attractions here. This guy's serious. I don't believe it. Nice weather again today. I can see the Fay and Company law offices, of course. Ah, yes. We plan to install a telescope in that window, of course. Just $5 will earn you 3 minutes of a view to a kill. Just kidding, sir. Oh. By that look in his eyes, I'd say he was more than serious. All right, this seems like just a bunch of nonsense here. A simple bet. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. A bottle and 2 glasses rest on the table. Why hasn't he cleaned these up by now? I beg your pardon, sir, but if you could please refrain from touching those, it's part of the decor. I call it the last drink before murder. We'll be famous. The talk of the hotel industry. Still seeing the painting, but should that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. Okay. And the fake roses. A vase, as expected. I'm no good with flower names, except maybe tulips and sunflowers. Okay, so I guess... Well, the only place we can go is, the Grossberg Law Offices. September 7th, Grossberg Law Offices. Huh. Looks like Grossberg is out today. Again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason? Ah, there's a picture right there. What is that nonsense right there? What is this? What's this? Old photos. There are 2 lying here. Something's been written in pencil on the backs. DL6 incident, Exhibit A. DL6 incident, Exhibit B. That's the same tray you had in the courtroom. I hope it's fresh tea and snacks. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure the biscuits are still very fresh. Let's take a look at these. So DL incident, Exhibit A. That might be Maya Miafei's mother. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. I'm sure no one will miss just one little photo. And it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. On the back, the words DL6 Incident Exhibit A are written in pencil. This one, I think... Aha! It's that dude with the pink suit and the... It's the guy who we think did it. A photo lies on the desk. Maybe I should switch it with the one that I took? Yeah, swap photos. Yes, we're going to swap photos. Because that's the lady killer guy. So now we can go back to the bellhop and say, this is the guy, right? And the bellhop will say, of course, that's the guy with Miss May. Also, do we notice that there's something missing in this room? Do we notice that there's something missing in this room? Where's the painting? Wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on that wall? Yeah. It was a painting of Marvin Gross. I think it was him, wasn't it? Or was it Fisherman? I think it was Fisherman. Wasn't it? It wasn't a very more memorable painting anyhow. I think it was, yeah. It doesn't really matter. That's all still here. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case. If I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. I don't think so. I think this guy has some problems. You can't remember? I think it was Fishman. I don't think it matters. The point is that painting is not there anymore. Anyway, let's head back. Oh, nope. To the bellboy, who will confirm that this dude was the other person. Take a look at this photo. That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. No. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. I mean, at least they're color coordinated, because he's wearing pink, too. How about I write an affidavit swearing that that's him? An affidavit? This guy is way too excited about this. Sure, you can write it. Fine. Not going to hurt anything. Well, sure. Why not? Yes! I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Just hurry up and write it. Bellboy's affidavit describes the man who stayed with Miss May at the hotel on the night of the murder. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Aha! So now we can go back and confront Miss May. You again? Can't you take a hint and stay gone? Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me. Oh, so it's my fault now? You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart. That does it. When this case is done, I am shaving my head. Anyway, let's present this first, and then we'll do the affidavit second. So she'll say, I don't know who that is. It's this person. So we'll do this first. Have a look at this. Look, I've said several times, I'm not telling you. Where did you? Aha! A reaction. This is him, isn't it? What? Who? When? Why? It is him. This is the man who stayed in your hotel room the night of the murder. No. No, that's not right. Nice try, Miss Cooperative. Do you have proof that it was him? Yeah, proof. Show me proof. I'm so close. Boom. Could you have a look at this? What's that? The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw. Such as the man you checked in with, who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. Ease her fears? Let's push her. This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press. What? Even though he should have been witness to murder. Your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation. Ooh, fine, I'll talk. You win, lawyer. Yes. Man, that felt good. It's great to be alive. Why are you pumping your fists in the air? Now, tell me about the man you were with. That man, he's my boss. Red Wright, the president of the information gathering conglomerate Blue Corp. Red Wright, president of Blue Corp, who dresses in a pink suit with purple hair. Got it. Red Wright? Information gathering? Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency. So this is the man that was with you the night of the murder. I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her. It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? Mr. Red White, at last. Finally, a lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action. Bellboy's affidavit discarded. Okay, so I guess we don't need that anymore. Well, let's go talk to, this guy. Blue Corp. Look at that. Recognize anything here in this office? Something rather large and on the wall back there. It's the painting. Also, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if that was a fisherman or not. Was that actually Marvin Grossman? Like back in the day? Because that guy looks a lot thinner than Marvin Grossman does now. But in either case, that's Marvin Grossman's painting. What is this guy doing with it? Is the question I want to know. Also, look at that desk. Can you see the desk behind the... That is quite the desk. What's with the surreal decor? Exactly. Look at the... Like, everything's weird. Look at the statue in the corner that says Blue Corp. The awards. Even the stand that the vase is on. Welcome. Please furnish me with the title of your personage. What the... Your name. What's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Wright. Phoenix Wright? Inquirably? Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my gigantesque vocabulary. What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp. You know, corporate expansion official. My business dealing brings me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I am not used to conversing with the worldly challenged. Need to go, but what's the end, later? You need to know how it ends? All right, yep. I will make sure that I continue streaming until we get to the end of this, and then we'll end at this episode. So thanks for stopping by, Zoe. What a fruitcake. Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? Well, that's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yipes, this guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. All right, well, let's talk to him. Miss May. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not? Correct. She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she had done. She has done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed, she's paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties. But I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this. Sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room? Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly. No matter, the bellboy can say whatever he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that. He raises a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? You should have seen the same thing as April May. Oh, the police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. What kind of company is Blue Corp anyway? Ah, excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information. We are a company of the future, you might say. We are the future. Sell information? In just 10 years, I've built this business up into the grand office you see now. Ah, in case you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue. I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course, which is why you're wearing pink. Well, you got blue in your tie, brown. You do have some blue, I don't even know what, jewels? Why are there random jewels on your... And, of course, your hair is purple. I may also say maybe fuchsia? I don't know. We'll say purple. Fantabulistic, is it not? There's something that's been bothering me. Yes? What might that be? That big painting on the wall over there? I've seen it before. You know, I've actually seen that painting before. Oh? Just yesterday, actually. Your point being? My point is simple. Rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall? Mr. Wrong, was it? Right. It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you? A lawyer? No, my feeble friend, a mere lawyer. Worth nothing, zilch, zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Grody Burger. What? Oof. He punched me. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away, I welcome it. For it's you who will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding. So you say. But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your comprehension. You came here from Grody Burgers, I presume. Mr. Grossberg's? Yes. Then you must ask him, why is it that this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now. Skedaddle. There's nothing more to discuss. I don't think there's anything I can present him with. Because we don't have the affidavit anymore. So, yeah, I think we should just, I think we better go talk to Mr. Grossberg. Oh, he's here. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat? Ahem! Jumping Jehoshaphat! Oh, you! What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days. Huh? I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him, that much is clear. Okay, so that's all still there. Okay. Let's talk to him. Ah! So you came to see the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me about it last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really? What was that? Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl. I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know. A right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. He does seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what it is. Yes, it's almost as if he's being blackmailed by this gentleman. So, I played Blue Corp a visit. Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me. Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy. You see, it's just that big painting. Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office of Blue Corp, Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, and I know what it is. You're lovers. That would be amazing. You're lovers. I'm always willing to do that just to lose the points, but no, we're gonna. He's black. He's clearly blackmailing. Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail? I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof. Very well. This may be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe it's time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy again. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate. What's he talking about? Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years? All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. The name on the back of those photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. All right, the DL6 incident. What is the DL6 incident? DL6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. A medium? Her name was Misty Fay. Fay? Indeed. She was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police, and she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her. In the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident. But why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. All right, well, let's head on over to Mia's office. It's funny. Looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. All right, let's start examining. Is it in the plant? Mia's favorite potted plant. I guess I'll have to water it now. Is it this? An old movie poster. Ooh. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Is it in the desk? Mia's desk. Perfectly clean, as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. Sky's blue, and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. All right, so nothing here. Oh, interesting. I was like, why can I not keep going? You can't roll over the options right there. Okay. All the cases the chief ever worked on are filed here. They're in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at? I don't know. Let me get my ear real quick. Having these headphones on have been bothering my ear. I mean, it could be under W for red, white. It could be under any of these almost. Let's try T to Z. T, U. I know W, white. That's what I'm thinking. Ah, I was right. The entire W section is missing. Was it taken? Let's take a look at these other files, maybe. See if there's a record that catches my eye. A, B, C, F. Misty Fay, that's Mia and Maya's mother. Can I take a look? Of course. I have tarnished the Fay name, leaving only these words, my mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones who had made my mother blame herself in this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of 2 men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... the record stops there. So Mia knew Grossberg. Well, it has to be Red White, obviously. I guess we'll look at J through S. Is there something in here? Let's see. J through S. Nothing much in here. I'll just skim some of this. Yeah, let's just skim some of it. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. The biggest parts here are the end of S. Suicide? Ugh. She has a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen. There's writing on most of these in pencil. White. This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Article about a politician's suicide. The word White is written in pencil at the top. Okay. I think we've found everything we need to find. Maybe if we confront Grossberg with this? I found this in Mia's files. So she was investigating Red White, as I expected. Well, if you wanted to challenge him, you could present this in court. Not a bad idea. Oh, okay, that was it? Okay. Can I just present it to him at his place of business? Well, aren't you persistent? Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you. Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear? Transparent. Let's see what happens when we present him with this. This is the only clue that Mia left me. I'd better make this one count. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then, one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life. And this concerns me how? I found this article in Mia's office. Miss Mia? She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word, White. Mr. White, I know what you did to this politician. You blackmailed him. You were blackmailing him. Blackmail? Not just him, either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all these suicide cases that Mia investigated. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I? What a bizarre accusation. Mr. Wrong. What is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia. Secretary's office, hello. Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away. Wait a second, Mr. White. You're wrong. You're wrong, Mr. Wright. Excuse me? What I should be doing now is going after you. Just what are you insinuating? Mia was onto you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then, Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it. Secretary's office. We won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me to the public prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, As a very important witness, I would like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court. Quietude! I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing right in front of me. He looks dazed, but he could be violent. What? What man? Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer man. What? Mr. White, this is another one of those. Chief Prosecutor, I do not believe you're in a position to freely offer your opinions to me, correct? I'm telling you to send the police now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You're a mere lawyer, as was Miss Mia. How dare you? I'll point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept, they will make even you look competent. I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Ah, Butts! Harry Butts! Right, actually, Phoenix Wright, and my friend's name is Larry. Oh, right. Sorry about that. Sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe, I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong. Well, things have certainly taken a turn for the worse. September 8th, 3:37 p.m., Detention Center, Visitors Room. I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me. And the prosecution will be in on it, of course. Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Wright! Mr. Wright! Oh, Maya. Great. They'd let you out of detention. Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you. Now I'm afraid we've switched places. What? You mean you? Ooh, my ear. I explained what had happened to Maya. I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Well, cheer me on in court. That's about the best you can do. You can't defend me, but defend myself. Help me break out of here? No, let's not do that. Well, you could cheer for me in court. Cheer for you? You mean like a cheerleader? Huh? Yeah, like that? All right, leave it to me. Huh? I'd better go get a uniform and some pom-poms. Well, wait. What? I'm kidding. It was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding. But thanks, it's good to know you're on my side. There really isn't anything you can do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece? Okay. Then come to the trial tomorrow. Oh, okay, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two. Times may change, yet with crime, it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. 3 days? 3 days? Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case. With the true culprit appearing as the star witness. This is it. Tomorrow it's me or him. To be continued. All right, so we'll do the trial, and then that should probably end Chapter 2. Saving content. Save a progress? Of course we'll save the progress. We'll save it right there. Overwrite? Of course we will. And let's go back. September 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Ah! Phoenix, look! Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What, does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty? End of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. What? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Huh? Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix, right? Apparently we do know him. Phoenix? Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not. I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. I mean, it makes sense. Why would you? Yeah. September 9th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why did the judge ask Edgeworth whether his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Raise an objection? Yes. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? I am ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Ms. May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Whew. Another yawn. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I'd like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name. These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there. Ahem. Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Ho, ho, ho. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Witness's account. All right, let's see here. Let's see. It was about 9 o'clock, I believe. Okay. I was quietly perusifying, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. But the bellboy didn't notice anything. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer, But didn't April May testify that she saw a woman? This is pretty easy. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. Things occurred as you testify, and I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well. Defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Hold on, let's take a look here. What was the testimony that she gave here? The victim dodged and attacked and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. Okay, so that's the only thing that's on there. Okay, so they're just assuming that she was lying then. Okay. So we're going to have to start pressing things, I guess. Let's see, it was about 9 o'clock, I believe. How do you know what time it was? Because I am always abso-positively perfect, you know? No, you're not getting away with that. You are so mistrusting, Mr. Lawyer. So, what was the proper term for secretary again? Anyway, Miss May ordered room service for 9 o'clock. It happened soon after the room service arrived. That's what Miss May said, too. Press further. True, the bellboy who brought the coffee saw Miss May. But he testified that he did not see you at the time. Ahem. This is your concern? Silly lawyer, Miss May received the coffee outside the room. Of course you could not see me. You would need X-ray vision to pull off something like that. Tell us, what were you doing at that time? I was quietly perusifying, or that's reading to you, some papers by the window. By window, you mean the one directly across from Fay & Company's law offices. Correct. That is the only window you see. And there you're reading papers? Correct. The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I am a busy man who has business to do. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. A bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. So you're reading your papers until you heard that sound. But of course, I am no snoop peeping out of windows at night. No snoop? Yeah, right. You've made a career out of snooping. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Spiky-haired? Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer, as I fix my chair, having been sitting in it for about 3.5 hours now. Let's see here. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. That's true. Of course, he did just say that. Miss May clearly stated the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Counting both eyes, 40. 40? Don't add them together. I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is the judge on anyway? And what did you do then? I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was surprised, of course. Called Miss May over. Wasn't she outside? She would have been outside getting the coffee. What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Fay office phone? Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will not answer. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Fay woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Ho-ho, I know. After all, I am El Presidente. Please, continue. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Aha! This is where we're going to flub them up. The victim ran to the left, and you gave chase. Let's look at something here. Let's just look at this one more time. Are you sure about that? How many times must I say it? I am abso-positively perfect. End of story. How many times must I hear that? Psst, Phoenix. Does something about that strike you as a little odd? It does. Finally, there was a terrible impactation. Let's go back over here. The victim ran to the left, and you gave chase. So if the victim ran to the left, I mean, it depends on who's left, but I think this is the thing right here. If it was the victim's left, but that would have been the victim. So I think this is the situation right here. Let's present this. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. Oh crap, it doesn't. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't they? Crap, I got that wrong. Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. Ooh, we lost 2 things on that. Okay. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay, so this ran to the left, and you gave chase. So something is wrong with that. The broken remains of a glass light stand. Oh, the victim dodged an attack that ran to the right. That's what it is. There we go. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left. But that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She's clearly stated that the victim ran right. Oh ho ho. It is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. The victim ran to the left, as you claim she did. Should have been running directly away from the door. Should have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run to the left? So he did witness the killing? He did, because he's the killer. It's flipped around. Wait a second. Yep, I got it. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right, and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both are right. Because from the killer's perspective, Mia would have ran to the left, but from Miss May's perspective, she would have ran to the right. They're both correct. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. Ha! I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay and Company, of course. Ooh, a 3 gavel. More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing. Well, he's clearly standing here because he's the killer. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, to him it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. 3 gavels. Order! I will have order! Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion? The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho, ho, ho! You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this, I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her, savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Except I believe the testimony says she was just struck once, right? Wasn't struck twice. That is what Miss May saw. You see? You hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? I don't believe they hit anyone twice. That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Let's take a look real quick. Died from a blow by a blunt object. The victim dodged an attack and then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I mean, so that even that testimony might be wrong too, because dodged an attack doesn't mean that he was actually attacked. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. I didn't hit anyone. Now, Mr. Wright, there is no point hiding things from this court. I'm not hiding anything. The prosecution requests that the defense refrain from interrupting the testimony. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Why is he mad at me? Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. I don't believe... Could be the autopsy report, or it could be the victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. Let's try this. Nope, wasn't it? Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh, really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Crap. Whoops, that didn't go so well, so it's got to be the autopsy report then. So were you watching both times? I suppose I was. And please excuse me for not testifying to this sooner. What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've got him right where we want him. He slipped. Let him laugh for now. I'll soon wipe that smile off his face. Okay, so let's go over. You hit her twice. Present the autopsy report. There we go. I had the wrong one. Mr. White. The victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony... Crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White. Mr. White. Okay. The two accounts. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap. Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. All right, let's see here. I didn't see anything off the top here. Well, see, I looked at the other window. Looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. What other window? You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Yeah. Huh? Oh, that. The glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, very odd. Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White. Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. The light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. Ah, that cannot happen because... For one thing, I'm not going to present that, but I want to just check. You could not possibly have seen the light stand because it is... You can see the light stand's in the corner there. And the white thing is the view, the line of sight. There's no way you would have seen the light stand. Liar! Mr. White. It was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would have been able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity. Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see this stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fay Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Ooh, 3 gavels. Mr. White? Mr. White. You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor, Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. Objection! That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? Oh, I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White. I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do, Your Honor? The question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office? And by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. Yes. In order to place the wiretap, I breached the offices of Fay & Company. That is when I saw the accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place. When he went to place the wiretap, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Ahem. Leave it to me. I feel faint. The wiretapping. All right. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Okay. I had entered the Fay & Company law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. So, you saw the stand before the night of the incident. And this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over. By the sound? Correct. That is right. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. All right. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Do you have proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fay's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Right. I had entered the Fay & Company law offices. Was it really you that went into the office? Or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Fay & Company law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fay & Company law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. Why did you tap Mia's phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? Light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it. There's nothing there for me to press him on. Well, maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. A department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. Does the department store receipt show anything? Didn't we already do all this stuff? You have proof? Yeah, we did all this already. Wait a minute. Maybe if I do that. Yeah, let's try this. Let's say that this department store receipt maybe is for the lights. I'm hoping. That's not good. Dang nabbit. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Dang nabbit. Not good. That didn't go well. Okay. The week before... the beginning of September, the week before the murder. The week before the murder. Okay, the beginning of September, September 5th. Okay, so that wouldn't be doing anything. Victim Dodged an attack. Does this show anything? No. Okay. A wiretap. Holds a conversation. I want you to hold on to for a while. It's a clock. It's a clock, so I put some papers inside it instead. Nuts. I'm not entirely certain here. I thought maybe the receipt would show that it was bought after the fact, but no. Apparently, the victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. Let's enter the Fae. We did that. Of course, I done so to place the wiretap. Don't tell me I've run out of ammo. Tisk, tisk. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright, are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. Phoenix! Phoenix, over here. I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. What is Mia doing here? Mia. The heck just happened? Where am I? The waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Ah, you're finally awake. Ah! Just fall down again? Hey, Phoenix! Gak? That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. You're... Maya? Didn't you know the Fae women have strong psychic powers? When I accepted your defeat in court, it appears I was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers. Oh. So Maya is channeling you, Mia? That's right. I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's why I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. Huh? You have that receipt in the court record, right? I was right about the receipt. Oh, yeah. The one that you wrote Maya on? Phoenix. White wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item. Glass light stand. I had a feeling that's what it was. Date of purchase, September 4th. The day before. Ah, got it. September 4th. That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa. Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Right. Why would we not have looked at the front of the receipt before? Why would you not? I mean, it's just there. The day of the purchase is the day before the murder. Okay. You think you might want to take a look at that. September 9th, 1:16 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 1. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant, rather, are you all right, Mr. Wright? Yes. Sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. Then let's start where we left off. Your Honor, there is nothing to get back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. But, as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, Let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Well, we know exactly what it is we have to do. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Do you have proof? Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be something different. Never mind. We'll run through this. Even though I already presented this, but whatever. There we go. Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? Waha, you're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of purchase? Why, that's the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fay & Company law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then that is all for the trial of... Objection! Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. Huh? What? No way can he worm his way out of this one. Oh, wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. Object, yeah, object. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There's no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. Oh, there's no telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with or just make up something. And after Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. The witness will stay. Mia. Phoenix. Read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? A list of people's names in Mia's handwriting. Your Honor, if I may, you're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life's riding on this one. I have something I would like to read to the court. The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop! Desist! Halt! But please, stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Well, See no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. If only you knew how spirited it was. Well, this court finds the defense, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. I have a feeling Miles Ellsworth won't be pleased that we defeated him. September 9th, 2:24 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again, but congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live, but you're dead. As long as you live? Yeah. My time here is running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. Well, what? No, there's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief. I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix, can you come to the office tonight, say 9 o'clock? The office? I'll see you later. Chief, Mia. Well, I guess we're September 9th, 9:02 p.m., Faye and Company Law Offices. Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came! Mia. I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then. I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? Wow, you should see your face. Mia? What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? What, did I look like my sister? Look like you were her. I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this. See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of... Huh? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright and Company law offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no. On second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick. Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind calling me... Let's try that again. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick? You know what this means? We're partners. I've never heard of Nick being a nickname for Phoenix. I guess for Phoenix, I guess. Yeah, I've never heard that before. Well, apparently we're partners. You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright and Company law offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. That's not creepy at all. Right. Okay, Nick, let's do it. Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a-wasting. Okay, wait up. The end. So, we got ourselves off. A brand new episode has been added. Save your progress up to this point? Yes. Episode 3, Turnabout Samurai. So I don't know if we can get away with not... We might have to play the beginning of this, but we'll stop as soon as we can. Grah! You have disgraced me for the last time, Steel Samurai! The pale moon in the sky cries for your blood! The moon? No, it is you who should gaze upon the moon, for it will be the last moon you ever see! See you in hell, evil magistrate! Whoa! Rah! The warrior's sword gleams and strikes in the moonlight. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. Can I get out of this? October 14th, 5:31 p.m., Wright & Company law offices. Yes, there we go. So we'll probably have to play that part again, but that's fine. So we are going right through it. So Saturday, 1 p.m., we will continue with Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. With episode 3, I think it's a Turnabout Samurai. But until then, I will bid you adieu. I'm having a good time. I have played this game before, but it's been a long time. This game originally came out in 2001, and the PC version just came out last year. So, you know, some of the things I do remember, others no. I don't know if I remember the second and third games. I don't know if I ever played those. We'll find out. Because we are just zooming right through everything. So, Saturday, 1 p.m., let's hang out. Some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I'm looking forward to it. You should too. My hands only go so high. So make sure to check us out on all the usual social media haunts for Worldcon 2021. And until then, have a fantastic night. Have a great week. I will see you Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye-bye.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.